Hey guys, my name is Shanjai. Welcome back to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I wanted to teach you how to make a posting app using PHP. So this by no means is just a video about showing my skills, but this was what I built when I started learning PHP. So I learned this using a tutorial by following a tutorial, but I did also add my own elements. So this is how it looks like. This has full CRUD functionality: create, read, update and delete. So first we could add a post. I'm gonna give this a title of post 4. I just made the styling a little bit big so it's visible for the video. Image URL, I don't need a image URL. So author, I could say Sanjay Raj, and for the body I would want to say welcome. So the font is just bigger, so don't take care of that. So now we have created it. So here, as you can see, it only substrings, posts a little bit. So you can read that by click on read more, so it's gonna show it. And now we could edit it, and I could change this to post 4 and it would change that. We could also delete it. So if I click on delete, it's deleted. So we have the home, and it's kind of an easy project, but it was competitive as a beginner for me to do it. So I just wanted to make this as a tutorial so I could relearn it, as Traversy Media said, and this could also be helpful. So I'm gonna create a new folder. By the way, I'm using exam as my local server. You can use anything. I think everyone uses exam. So I'm gonna make a new folder in htdocs called post app. I'm gonna select that folder. So inside that we are going to be having all of our elements like the database connection and all those kind of stuff. So once we do that, we want to make a database and get some data inside it, because we just don't want to have an empty post website. So we want to give some data in it before we actually start making the connection, and also make the database first. I don't know why it's taking time. Server's running. It usually comes faster, but so now the PHP my admin is working. So I want to create, I'll just zoom in. So I want to create a new database by clicking on that. So it's loading. So the database name I want to give is post app, and I want to click on create. That's going to create a database for us. So as you can see, it's named post app. So here I want to say posts. So this is the number of columns that we're giving. So we need how many? 6 columns for the title, body, ID, description. Created that. I think it's 5 or 5. I think it's 5. So when we create a table, we can give all this stuff. So ID is going to be an integer. We don't give a length, so we don't want it to be null. We want it to auto increment, which means that we will add it by it will auto increment the program. Once we add a post, once we add a new table using a connection, it will auto increment 1 2 3 4. We don't need to insert anything. So once you click on that, we are making it the primary key, so we can access it. So here we need to define the title. It's varchar, which means it's a variable character, and there's nothing in the middle over there. So title, author, and that's also going to be a varchar. basically most of them are gonna be a watcher. So title, author, and body meaning the stuff that we're gonna put into it. So text, we don't need to set a length of length. So here we need a created at, which means we need a timestamp at which we created it. So you should go down here under date and time, it says timestamp, and under default we want to say current timestamp, and basically it. Yeah, so if I click on save, it's going to process and then it's going to finish everything, and we're going to insert some data. So as you can see, we have a post table. Inside that we have all this stuff. So we want to insert some data by clicking on that. So here we have the table, so click on insert. So I'm gonna basically insert, so we don't need to touch the ID because it's auto increment. So first Shanjai, no, the title is I wanna say post 1, author Shanjai, just give my name. This is post 1. So the current timestamp is going to be a function which will take the current timestamp. So the second one also we don't want to touch that. So second one I'm going to put Traversy, which is Traversy Media's name. That should be an author as well. Title is post 2. So the body I want to say this is post 2. So I'm also learning, so sorry if there's any mistakes. So if I click on go, it's gonna do everything and create some data for us. So if I go browse, we would have data in our table. As you can see, Shanjai and Brad Traversy, all this kind of stuff. If I'm going so fast, I'm so sorry. I want to finish this video as fast as I can. Yeah, so that's it. So here I've got here IDs 1 and 2, it's auto incremented, created at, and it's got the timestamp. So now that we have done with that, we want to make the connection. So I want to open up open up a new open up a new folder called config, and inside that we would have db.php, which will contain the connection. So con, which is going to be including the connection. So we want to get the PHP stuff first. So make the connection con equals MySQLi underscore connect. So inside that we're gonna put all the values, but before that we want to make a file that has all the stuff in it. So a variable would help us use everything. So inside this I will have config.php. I'll zoom in a little bit so it's easier for you guys to see. Yeah, that's too much. I think that's the same, but anyway, we'll make some variables, so we don't need to be defining it as strings and all those kind of stuff. So I'll say define, that takes in a function. The name I want to say is database host, which is the host I'm using is localhost. I want to get this a couple of times down, db host, db user, name and the password. So here is database user. So database password, I'll just say database db pass. So database name, so database user is going to be root. I've not set a password, but I'm sure you guys set a password. But database name is host. What is the name we put? Post app. host app. So we have also done that. So once we go there, we could include it or we could require it anywhere. Config.php. So MySQL connect. Now we could give db host, db, what's that again, db user, db root, and db name. Basically we are passing in all the parameters, actually localhost, root, no password, should be the password, I'm sorry, no password, and the name of the database. And that's the usual way we connect, but there is a way, PHP PDO, which is a secure way of connecting it, which uses object oriented. So we want to return the error if there is error in a connection. So MySQL connect error no, that's a function. So if there is an error, meaning the connection has failed, and we want to echo failed to connect, and we can basically concatenate it with the error, so we could get the current error no. So the connection is done, so we could open it in the localhost to see if it doesn't show up any errors. So localhost / host app. So I don't think we'll get any error. db.php, yeah, so we don't have any error. So now we have done that. We are not doing anything, or which is basically not good. So we need to display the post. So I'm gonna make an index.php and the PHP tags, and inside this we are gonna fetch the data. So what I'm gonna be doing is first I'm gonna require the database connection first, because we need the connection. So it's inside config and db.php. So now we have access to that. So we want the query, the SQL query, to be select from posts, where select from posts, I'm sorry, select everything from posts. So select everything from posts. So that's our query. So what we want to do is we want to get all the posts from the query. Posts equal MySQL, I'm sorry, it's MySQL fetch all, and we want to pass in the query and the connection. So basically, give me a minute, I'll just go and come back. So I want to change the name of posts to be actually let be posts, and I forgot one thing. I want to make the result, and I want to make the result to the SQL query, and only here we need to pass in the connection as the first parameter, and then the query. That's done. We need to make an adjustment here. We need to make it MySQL assoc, which means we are gonna put it in an associative array, which is like this name equals Shanjai, and it's like that, so we can access it through that. So now we are gonna free the result, and we are gonna close it. Close the connection. So if we check it, we shouldn't get any errors, which shows that we don't have any errors in our code, which all expects. There's some problem there. I think, yeah, it's there. We should get the result. Yeah, that's working. So after that, we wanna put it inside the application, working application. So first of all, it's gonna be just a blank HTML web page. So I'll make a div with a class of container, and then I'll have an h1. But before that, we wanna make an PHP tag, because there are a lot of, at least two users and posts in the database. So we need a for each, which means that for each post as post, so each post we're defining it as post. So we do that, and we end for each here. So inside this, we could give any code for single post. Any single post, this would contain that. So dot container inside. So I want to have an h3 tag which contains the title of the post. It's an associative array, so I could get it like this. I need a small tag which will contain the description. Then we have the author, so I would say PHP echo post. We're defining it as post because we are accessing the individual posts. So what do? Do the body. See, if there is like 100 words of text in the body, we can't put the whole thing in a small tag. So what I thought was to substring this within that function, which, like you'll say, from 0 to 25. So which means that we want to take whatever it is in the body. So we want to take the element that is from 0 to 25 and then only display that. We don't want to display all 10,000 values, but only that. So we need a p tag right now, and I'm gonna say PHP echo, and I'm gonna echo out the created at and the author. So here I would say created by, and I would echo out post author on, and I will echo out post, sorry, I always forget that, created at. So it should work. So basically we are putting the title on top. For each post we gave the title, so substring and then the author. So now it should be working. Yeah, now that it's working. Yeah, so we have post 1, post 2 created by Shanjai, that's the first author name. Then Brad Traversy, that's the second one. Then we have everything. So this is post 1, and this is post 1, this is post 2. If you can see, we have the numerical number here, and we should have it here too, here. So we have substringed it. So if I zoom in, you guys can see we have substring it and have it this amount. So I think the video is going too long, so I'm gonna cut it right here, and I'll make the next functionality which is a read. We made the read, but we have to create the create functionality in the next video. But before that, let me just make a read more link, so which basically says read more. So this is gonna take it to an individual post.php, and we're gonna send the ID as the parameter, which means we wanna know what post is clicking on. We can't put every if statement or switch case statement for each of them, so we send the ID as a parameter so we can access it in the post.php and get the current click. So we want to echo out the post ID, which will basically, I'll just show it to you how it works. This is post 1 and this is post 2. So post 1 has an ID of 1 and post 2 has ID of 2. At least for me it's post. So if I click on read more, the link should be post.php and ID equals 1. Here, as you can see, we don't have the file yet created, so object not found, ID equals 1. But if I click on post 2, it should say ID equals 2. So that's the way we are gonna get the current post. So yeah, that's the way you do it, and I'm gonna end it right here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is just a quick way of doing it, so hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.